What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ review. Thank you for joining me here at my YouTube channel. We are finally finished with Star Trek Starfleet Academy. What a journey it's been. If only we could actually order a freshman year Star Trek Starfleet Academy yearbook. Oh, the memories that it would hold. It would remind us of our favorite captain who curls up like a cat on the captain's chair in bare feet. It would remind us of our weird Klingon who for some reason wears an Earth-based skirt. Not even a Klingon skirt, an Earth-based skirt. It would remind us of our super powerful Betazoid sister who became the superhero of the show by being able to kill somebody with a mere thought. Deanna Troi, eat your heart out. It would remind us of our Discovery cameos, meant to remind us of a show that was somehow worse than this one. It would remind us of our popular girl, Genesis, who was completely underused and underutilized in this show. It would remind us of Caleb, the diverse leading man, who as the season went on became less and less likable because he was more and more reckless and more of an idiot. Yes. A yearbook would remind us of these things, but I would prefer not to remember any of these things and just remember Star Trek Starfleet Academy every time I'm walking down the street and I see a dumpster on fire. We have one more season of this. It will not get renewed for a third season. R.I.P. Starfleet Academy. Think about this. Think about this. All right, here we go. Nusbraka takes these mines and let's do this. Here, I've got my paper. Let's say that my paper represents Starfleet territory. And he puts these mines around Starfleet territory. Hundreds of them, they said. Hundreds of them. Uh-oh. The Athena, right here, can't get into Starfleet territory because space is two-dimensional. Space is two-dimensional. So the Athena can't get in. What kind of idiot wrote this show? Seriously, what kind of idiot wrote this show? An idiot wrote this show who only cares. I've said this before, guys. This is nothing new. Person who wrote this show, their only goal in writing this show is to promote their West Coast left-wing ideology. That's it. That's why Star Trek exists for them. Promoting left-wing West Coast ideology. Because there's no intelligence behind this. None. I watched a video a couple days ago talking about how for Nusbraka to do his surrounding Starfleet with mine plan, it would take trillions upon trillions upon trillions of mines to surround Starfleet. And it would take hundreds and hundreds of years to accomplish this feat. But the people who write this don't understand science. They don't understand Star Trek. All they understand is diversity. Good, it's our strength. Okay. Okay. I'm not against diversity, but let's have intelligence in our writing. Let's have our writing make sense. Let's have plots that are designed to entertain and tell a story that we're going to enjoy, rather than just plots that are vehicles for left coast, left wing, or West Coast left wing ideology. Please. They don't care. Nobody's watching this. Nobody's watching this except for the people like me who are just watching it to be angry about it. Nobody's watching this. So they're able to defeat New Spraka. He puts Starfleet on trial, and the writers are so desperate for him to be the next big Star Trek villain that they allow him to monologue. They allow him to monologue. The only problem is that he's not an interesting bad guy. He's not Khan, you know. He's not even Soren. He's Spraka. The bottom of the barrel bad guy in Star Trek. But they allow him to monologue like he's up there. Like he's up there. He's not. He puts Starfleet on trial. They Captain Ake defends Starfleet, and the students go on a mission to deactivate the mines. Of course they succeed because they are all the greatest ever at being Star Trekky. And in the end, they're able to defeat New Spraka. The mines are rendered inert, and the fleet comes in. And I gotta tell you, this fleet is the most uninspired fleet ever. That is like, whoever designs modern day Star Trek ships, stop. You're embarrassing yourself, and you're embarrassing Star Trek. Stop. Go away. Retire. Never work again in entertainment because you suck at this. The fleet looked stupid. All right. Starfleet Academy. It was better than Discovery. I can give it that. I thought overall it was a better show than Discovery. That doesn't make it good because Discovery was terrible. I like the first season of Strange New Worlds better, but this was better than all the other Strange New Worlds seasons. See, guys, I'm trying to be fair here. I'm trying to be fair. This is not the worst Star Trek ever. Maybe because it's barely Star Trek. That could be it. All 3 seasons of Picard was better than this. Only 1.5 seasons of Picard was good, but all 3 seasons of Picard was better than this. I just want it to die. I just want Star Trek to die. Just die for 10 years. Go away. Let Kurtzman move on to other things. He does not belong in Star Trek. Let him move on. Let Star Trek be dead for 10 years, and then in 10 years, let someone who actually cares about the franchise. Let someone who actually knows the franchise. You know? Someone who knows the franchise well enough to call it the Kittimer Accords rather than the Katomer Accords. You know what I mean? Like someone who actually knows the franchise. I don't know if I'm going to watch season 2. I know season 2 is coming. There will not be a season 3, like I said, because nobody watches this. But I know season 2 is coming. It's already been filmed. I don't know if I'm going to watch it or not. I want to like all Trek. I want to. But at what point is me watching it making myself become part of the problem? I'm only one viewer, right? It's not like me watching it spikes it and makes it become, you know, this relevant show. It doesn't. I'm just one viewer. But at what point do I need to look at myself and say, you watching this is contributing to the problem? Even if you only watch every episode once, you're still contributing. I contributed, a little over 10 hours to the streaming of this season. I contributed 10 hours, a little bit more. So that makes me part of the problem. So at what point do I need to stop watching so I'm not contributing 10 hours to the streaming data that they're collecting? I don't know. Like I said, I'm just one person. I'm nobody. I'm not creating a lot of watch time by myself. But they say, vote with your wallet. Well, maybe we got to vote with our time and just stop watching. I don't know. We'll see. I'll watch the trailers for season 2, see if it looks any better, but I'm not optimistic. Star Trek is dead. We just need to bury it for about 10 years. All right, guys, I'm LQ. This is the LQ review. Thank you for joining me here. Subscribe to my channel. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.